We're being siloed into a bubble. Our likes empower the algorithm. It feeds us what we want, to keep us engaged. It wants to sell our attention. We slip deeper into a constraining narrative. But we must break free. We must burst the bubble. Truths will be learned. Cognitive dissonance will make our hearts and heads ache. Different perspectives will bring us wisdom. Some truths will be hilarious, others painful. But we must be free. We must break into the DisAlgorithm.
Alright, it's Monday morning. It's around 9 a.m. I'm gonna get into some of this news here. And then we're gonna look at some funny stuff. And then go to the DisAlgorithm. And then I got a video to end it on that might make you really mad. So we're going to check out some of this. Elon Musk. Anyone else think of this yesterday? No gods or kings, only man. Yeah. That was Bioshock, I believe. I don't know. Randy Quaid and his dogs. We're going to No Kings protest after this. Honey, we shut up. I need to concentrate. Cuxley. Alright, how do we arrive at this point in this country where 25% of all tax revenue goes to just paying interest on $37 trillion in government debt? Annually, U.S. government total revenue is about $5 trillion. Yeah, we're just paying on the interest. Tax revenue. If this continue, America goes to de facto bankrupt, and all tax revenue will go to paying interest on the national debt, with nothing left for anything else. Watch the moment an Israeli airstrike hit the Iranian Broadcast Corporation. Oh crap. Live on air. Holy cow. The shadow posters. That's crazy. Just in, Iran told the United States that they will return to the negotiating table if the U.S. doesn't join the attack, per Wall Street Journal. Looks like Trump's plan is working. No U.S. involvement. Let's not show him the top of that. Is it this one? Okay. Yeah, well, we heard what it said. So that's good. Hopefully they do that and we don't get involved. So YouTube made me cut out the parody songs. Even though they're parody, they still copyright strike me, so check them out. They're hilarious. You don't want to miss it. There's 2 of them, so I gotta cut both of them out. But check them out. I'll see you guys later. There was another one too. I think it's Miguel or something like that. How do I get to that? We'll find it.
Selena! She's inside, she's crying. Selena, let me in. Ice is in the driveway. It is your gardener, Jose. They are coming to get me.
I'm so sorry.
You're sorry? No, you don't have to be sorry. You just have to open the door. Amigo, she retarded, amigo.
I wish I could do something, but I can't.
Yes, you can help. I just said you can let me in. That's help. That's what you can do to help.
I'll try everything, I promise.
Try everything. What you're just crying. You're trying nothing. The internet is not gonna like this at all. She's loco.
All my people are getting attacked.
What do you mean, your people? Your people? Selena, you are allergic to cilantro. She said it tastes like soap. You will be executed in Mexico for
It
saying
tastes like
something
soap
like
to
that.
me, too.
Selena, you have 20 bedrooms. You can let me sleep in one. I know you have 20 cats and they like their space. I will sleep in the litter box. Wrap me up like a burrito and put me in the kitchen. I'm very tiny. Selena, dead ass, do not film this. You have big Karen energy right now.
Don't move, it's Ice, Tom Holman, and Dr. Phil. You're under arrest.
Oh no, I am her acupuncture person.
Shut up, you're coming downtown.
No, Selena.
Title issue. Alright. No kings, but put your mask on. No kings, but lock us down. No kings, but I'm firing you for not vaccinating. No kings, but you can't go outside. No kings, but we don't accept your exemptions. No kings, but you need a bunch of boosters. 12,380. No kings, but we're shutting your business down. No kings, but you can't worship the real king. No kings, but your family members will die alone. No kings, but I'm opening a hotline so you can tattle on your neighbor. No kings, but mandates galore. No kings, but you're responsible for my health. No kings, but social distance at 6 feet apart. No kings, but no family gatherings over 10. The hypocrisy is standing. Who is actually the tyrant here?
Also going to place a cloth wad, just a little bit. I'm also going to place a cloth wad. We are loaded with powder. Let's see what happens.
Ooh.
Just a little bit.
Bye, mouse.
I'm also...
Oh! Get out of the way, idiot. Yeah. Reginald Denny. Don't mess around. Don't gather around cars and start banging on them. Couldn't get your butt run over. Jeez. Why are those people just standing there, man?
That's no. The Odeon.
Is politically incorrect. Sheriff tells citizens to shoot to kill home invaders to save tax money. All right. Where's that? Florida? Oh yeah, Florida. Touted Florida resident. Yeah. Man, Florida's awesome. Let's see what's going on here.
It's time to do it.
Someone has a senior citizen outing. Jeez. That's just a bunch of old people. Brainwashed by CNN. Nope.
And if it means I have to have my say, and if it means being wounded to do it, then I'm here.
He's a hero.
Have my say, and if it means
It's a retard.
being wounded to do it,
Look at his dumbass shirt.
I have to have my say, and if it means being wounded
He's a hero.
to do it,
He was riding, got shot in the eye. So there you go. So yeah, just a turn of the head. We either get Nikki Haley goes to war against Iran if he doesn't turn his head. Turns the head, Donald Trump goes to war against Man, that's so close. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Are we going to war? Hopefully not. No King's protest was one of the largest demonstrations in American history. That fact scares the crap out of Trump and MAGA. America is done with Trump. No. You're still done. Warlike scenes in Portland, Oregon on June 14th as federal officers responded to Antifa insurrectionists who smashed up the front of the ICE building and were trying to rush inside to set a fire. Antifa has been attacking the building for days. Watch me get wrecked. Finally, they're doing something. Alright, I was looking at this. This was freaking me out at first, but
come on in. Because this is so tall, it gives you a tremendous sense of space.
Is that Bezos? That's ridiculous.
So everyone loved the look and feel of the boxable casita. Now we're excited to announce that we're entering
that's your pod that you stay in to eat your bugs. But this looks kind of cool. Look at this.
Townhouses and pretty much most residential
townhouses.
We'll take a walk through here and you'll kind of understand what the vibe might be like for phase 2 boxable
that don't look
product.
bad.
We're in a
That'd
regular
nice.
house. You can walk through this living room area and then all of a sudden you're in 2 bedrooms. And then we have the connected bathroom here.
Still freaks me out.
The system consists of room modules that connect and stack together. The basic DNA of boxable. Behind me here, we have one of the products that I'm really excited with, and we're calling it the Baby Box. And the idea was to get the lowest cost housing solution possible.
Oh, let's go in. Come on. Come on, then. We've got everything you need. Kitchen, bathroom, living and sleeping areas. It feeds this side and it feeds that side, so very little wasted core space. And then on the other side of this wall,
this is the toilet. So this is how you use this. You know, you just sit down, you get your toilet paper right here. Nice big shower. I'm 6'4", and you know, I have plenty of space in here. Really, this is kind of the minimum viable housing solution. In most cases, you're not going to need a foundation, you're not going to need a permit, and I kind of feel like this is the product that everyone wanted when they saw Casita.
Using me as scale, that's 60-inch television. You can put your feet out and watch TV. This guy's going to hold the cushions. So I'm going to say
might be fun for camping, but
and there we have a bed.
I didn't know living.
Even massively giant freaks like this guy. Actually, you look really small in there.
Technically, this is an RV, but it looks like a house. And if we walk over here, you can see we actually, have the wheels on the back here. So this is the future of boxable.
How well does that move down the road, though?
Tiny house company. The tiny houses allowed us to set the stage and learn the ropes for phase 2 of boxable, different customizations, apartments, single family.
I still don't like it. Jeez. Yeah, that's what I would do too. Yeah, get wrecked. That's what you deserve. That's what he gets. Yeah. Quit surrounding people's cars, you idiots.
Says lawlessness and unconstitutional and a violation of human rights. Do these things rise to the level of impeachment? Are these impeachable offenses?
Well, I believe it is. I definitely believe it is.
You've described what Trump is doing in Los Angeles as lawlessness and unconstitutional and a violation.
What she's doing is lawlessness.
Do these things rise to the level?
Oh, here it is. Here's that one.
I am so sorry.
Another banger. Alright, why is Vance Bolter charged with second-degree murder instead of first-degree murder? He allegedly went to the victims' homes in a full disguise, including a mask, police uniform, and a vehicle, and a pre-written manifesto. It's because Democrats protect their own. I don't know, we'll see. Why isn't he... Not premeditated, not premeditated. Why? Why isn't he being charged with premeditated murder? Man, these guys never get in trouble. Never, ever.
We have a lot of our employees here today. We couldn't be more excited about this venture. This year has really been a year of technology. Don and I have spent so much of our time in that. We're building the greatest hotels on Earth.
They're going to make the Trump phone.
On Earth. But we're also spending a lot of time in the technology field. Everybody knows.
Would you get a Trump phone?
I think we've got the greatest projects in crypto, and more our company is evolving into various sectors.
If it's gold, I might get
one. There is kind of a key to that.
It looks gold.
America, right? I mean, the fact that all your customer service will be done in America.
It's got to be the most gaudy thing, just to catch everyone's eye, piss people
making
off.
phones in
And then I
America.
get
It's
it.
about time we bring products back to our great country, and it's about time we disrupt this space. And between really the three gentlemen here, again, hundreds of years in the mobile space, they know the world better than anybody, and we couldn't be more excited about this partnership. So, guys, do an extremely fun and successful venture. To one that's all American, based here in America, with an American family. We're gonna have a lot of fun doing this for years and years to come. So, on behalf of myself, the Trump Organization, Don, obviously, the entire family, thank you guys. We look forward to it, and some amazing things to come. There's a lot of things that we're not even mentioning on the stage right now, which we're going to be announcing in the next couple weeks and months. But I'm really excited to be doing this with you.
Didn't even show it.
Well, thank you very much, everybody.
Still doesn't seem real.
And on behalf of Don and I.
Vaccinated seating. Proof of vaccination required. This seating is reserved for those who are vaccinated. Yeah, they were trying to make a two-tier social system, and it was ridiculous. They're trying to segregate everyone. And how quickly we forget all the crap they did to us. And we still haven't had justice for that. All the people that went along and just took the vaccine, a lot of them got injured. A lot of them died. And there still hasn't been any justice. And then the people that didn't go along, they got canceled and segregated and treated like second-rate citizens, Lost their jobs. It was ridiculous. Our problem, not our problem. Yeah, it's pretty simple. I don't know if I should watch that. Dave Portwer. Someone made a rap about him, making fun of him, saying you can make fun of Jews if you want. How ridiculous he is for saying that you shouldn't be able to make jokes about Jewish people. Iran threatens to attack U.S. bases, block the Strait of Hormuz, and plunge the world into total chaos as Israeli cities are devastated by ballistic missile attacks. That was 15 hours ago. Randy Weingarten steps down? Never heard of her. Or I assume it's a her. Alright. Officials say Minnesota shooter Vance Bolter has been in contact with people, but won't say if anyone is helping him. His wife, seems like, was arrested. She was probably helping him, and who knows who else he was in contact with. Hopefully we find out. I mean, it's a very crazy story. Horrifying scenes in central Israel, Iran firing missiles at innocent civilians. Where's their outrage around them? I don't think I don't think Israel's going to get much sympathy out of this. They attacked first, and they've been wiping Gaza off the face of the map, face of the earth. So I don't know. They need to get rid of Netanyahu. The next person they put in is probably going to be just as bad, but Netanyahu is terrible. I clicked like on this because I wanted to check it out later. I don't know if I want to actually watch this. Laura Loomer's crazy. She says some crazy stuff. And the whole guy grabbed the horse and got smacked. Jeez. They shout, "Shame, shame, shame," and then this is what they do. We should be ashamed. We should be ashamed for, you know, wearing a MAGA hat or whatever. Just existing around them. Oh, here's that one girl.
I'm out here today because this is a
It's all let my people go.
And these are Nazis.
Concentration camp,
and that's what
Nazis.
we gotta do. This is what it takes. We have to put our lives on the line. They're taking our people off the streets. It's as simple as that.
She needs to be locked up, man. She's nuts.
To them, they need to release every single person here in Delaney Hall. They should be returned to their families.
Same if they are criminals that they
She's got the Britney Spears hair.
Fraud or any other.
I don't give a fuck. This is not due process. This
She's
is
got the
a
mask
concentration
on.
camp. And you know what? Quite frankly, let's be honest. Most crimes are crimes of poverty. We are living under a capitalist society. Everybody right over there in Essex County Jail is a political prisoner too. Our country has not provided for our people what they need in order to survive. And so if what they do out of desperation is none of my fucking business. They deserve
The only reason you got anything is because we live in a capitalist system.
What did you think about the recent riots? Do you think it was justified? Do you think it was not enough? What do you think of that?
Of course it's justified. These are Nazis. What do you expect us to do?
Who is Nazis exactly?
ICE.
ICE? Okay.
U.S. government. They're deporting people.
The immigration and customs enforcers are enforcing immigration.
They're moving towards
so they're
solution.
Nazis.
It's obvious. It's
That's
clear.
what they've always done.
Deporting people.
Do you have a message for Donald Trump and Elon Musk and the people in charge?
You're gonna lose because you're Nazis. And humanity is better than what you are, which is a fucking fascist.
Would you maybe out
Man, these people
some
are
of them
deranged,
at your home?
brainwashed.
Like if they don't have a place
Just
to
go
live,
home.
Would you be ready?
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, sending people back to their homes. And like I said, people can apply for asylum and they can self-deport and come back later. They'll get $1,000. So that's money in their pockets, you know. So it's like I don't know what Nazis do that. They give you a free ticket anywhere you want and give you $1,000 in your pocket if you self-deport. It's so ridiculous. People are brainwashed. Alright, we've seen this. Let's go ahead and go into the DisAlgorithm. No, we want to go DisAlgorithm. Okay. I'm going to post this video every day so we never forget. 34 times convicted felon and adjudicated. Donald Trump did. Oh no. January 6th. Gotta cry about it forever. Oh no. I shouldn't laugh at that, but his screams are funny. Yeah, well, when you have 1 million people at the Capitol, maybe don't start attacking them and shooting gas behind them and then opening the doors of the Capitol and letting them all in. But that's what they did, so there's a few agitators that at first started taking down barricades and started breaking in the windows. They were all masked and a lot of them had earpieces and they were all covered in black, and we saw them changing and all that. So, and then once they were, some of them were taken into the Capitol by police and they started flashing badges and being like, "Oh, yeah, I did a good job." Worse than 9. Whoop. Ah, I can't even. It's right in front of me. Everyone died. Everyone literally died. They all died. Henry Winkler, he's a nice old man still. Still like Henry Winkler. He just has TDS. He's okay though. He has to have a job. Philly showed up. They're shouting for Antifada. These people are nuts, man. I was proud to stand with more than 500 people in Stowe today at No Kings protest. Today, all over the country, tens of thousands of Americans are saying no to I can't say this word. Authoritarianism that has taken hold of our country. No Kings. Well, we did it. No Mo Kings. We did it. Congratulations. He wore a full face of makeup to a military parade. I thought he had a mullet. I was like, okay, he's got a mullet, but it's Melania behind him. I'm just gonna put taco. I don't even know what it means. But that's what these idiots say, so there you go. He's a taco. This is the face of resistance in San Francisco. America is done with Trump and his BS. Yeah, got rid of him. Good job. Here you go now. They caught the right wing lunatic. You guys, he's the right wing lunatic. Don't you know? Dozens of women dressed as handmaids silently marched through the town in Dallas as part of March of Dissent ahead of No King's protests. Idiots, as far as the eye can see. Oh, they're in front of the truck. Showed him you lost at real Donald Trump. The people have rejected you again today. The world despises you. It doesn't celebrate your birth, it laments it. And it comes together in disrespect and disdain of you. No one showed up at your vanity parade. We're laughing at you. We're defying you. Was pathetic. Alright, this is from Associated Press. President Donald Trump directs federal immigration officials to prioritize deportations from Democratic-run cities after large protests erupt in Los Angeles and other major cities against the administration's immigration policies. Yeah, who are the sanctuary cities? Yeah, it's the big Democratic cities. That's where they all are. So, yeah. Why won't Trump Republicans or media say the words white Christian conservative terrorism? How can they hope to curb their violence if they won't call it what it is? Christians are so violent. Who should the American people believe? The independent, nonpartisan experts or Trump's handpicked Treasury Secretary? Not a tough choice. Will the big beautiful bill increase or decrease the deficit? That's a varying score. Well, you're Secretary of Treasury, so I'm asking you. I think I have it in little clips like this. Every independent expert agrees that the big beautiful bill will add trillions to the debt. Do you have anyone who disagrees? Non-answer about something totally different. So they just don't say what he says. So the answer to the question is it will increase their deficit.
I'd like to start with a very simple question. Will this bill increase or decrease the deficit?
They're varying scoring on that.
Senator You're the Secretary of the Treasury, so I'm asking you, what is your view? Will this bill increase or decrease the deficit?
It is my view that over the 10-year window, it will decrease.
You know, Do you have anybody who agrees with you on this?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Let me ask my question.
Okay.
Every credible independent expert agrees that Trump and the Republicans' big, beautiful bill would add trillions of dollars to the national debt and would not even come close to paying for itself. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, the Penn-Wharton budget model, and the Yale Budget Lab all agree on this, and they're looking at 10-year windows, thank you. So do the Conservative Tax Foundation and Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, conservative groups. Even Elon Musk and the Wall Street Journal are criticizing the bill for ballooning the national debt. The only people who are saying publicly that it's not going to add to the national debt are you, Donald Trump, the Republicans in Congress. Do you have an independent group that has put forward numbers that disagrees with all of these conservative groups and
It's
disagrees
probably
with
going
the
to
Wall
add
Street
to the
Journal on this?
deficit. Who cares? Well, I mean, that's not good. O'Keen's protest in New York is huge. America is done up with Trump. Okay. So, done up. I'm glad they caught that right-wing freaking shooter. Oh.
Well, everyone's calling him a devil.
Can you talk about his politics?
This guy looks really well put together and definitely credible.
Well,
right? He's a Trump supporter.
calling him a Democrat. He's not a Democrat.
Oh no.
He would be offended if people called him a Democrat. So, but
Believe
because of this board thing he was
So
on,
funny.
cover the walls. It wasn't to serve. He was just serving the community. But he, I can't believe a political issue would cause him to do such things.
Did he ever bring up the senator or the representative who were targeted?
Like I was saying, no, he never talked about those people. I didn't know those people. I didn't recognize their names.
Any politicians he mentioned?
Well, he mentioned Nancy Pelosi. He didn't like Jim Walz.
Jim Walz?
Didn't like Jim Biden. But
Tim Walz?
They're all Jim.
What would you say about him?
They're all Jim.
Well, I mean, nothing.
He didn't like the Jims. He didn't like Jim Pelosi. He didn't like Jim Cortez. He didn't like any of the
Did he mention the
Jims.
protests that were planned for
He
yesterday?
never mentioned the protests.
What did you think of Trump?
Didn't like Jim Omar.
Maybe I mentioned it to him, but I don't think he mentioned anything about
Didn't like
What would you tell him?
I would tell
Jim
him to
Schumer.
surrender himself so he can be taken alive, because he's like my best friend, so I don't want him to be killed. I don't want him to kill anyone else, you know. So I think if I saw him, I could talk him down. But I don't know what he is.
And did he listen to any particular podcasts or TV shows or anything online that...
Those dangerous podcasts, man.
Only, well, you listen to InfoWars.
Sure.
InfoWars, but,
Listen to InfoWars. It's Alex Jones' fault.
it's like 50% truth. You know, I kind of said, don't take everything what they say for granted. I wasn't a real truthful. I mean, they're on for some things, but some things are way off.
Did he talk much about Trump, and what did he say if so?
I was a Trump supporter. Voted for Trump. If you like Trump, I like Trump. And,
Maybe he did. I don't know. We will see. Maybe he's a right-wing guy, huh? So the left is saying he's right-wing, the right is saying he's left-wing. So we need to find out what the heck happened. Where's the manifesto? Why do they have manifestos? Why did they just rat on themselves as they're committing the crime? Like, I'm about to do the serious crime, but first, let me write down everything, you know, just to make sure I'm totally incriminated. I don't know. And where's his social media? How can we never see their social media anymore? They always lock down their social media. I haven't heard anything about this guy's social media.
well, it's... Well, everyone...
Let's look up. Vance Bolter. Is this his social media? May 2025. Joined May 2025. I am Republican and conservative. Whatever I've done is in service of our country. I will always support President Trump. No, that doesn't seem made up. He has 6 posts in May. This just happened. Who made this? In May. Joined May 2025. At Vance Bolter. Isn't that weird? Wu-Tang is for the children. We gotta follow them. Keeps on suggesting Hugh Jackman on this account. I don't know why. I guess because everyone else follows him. Al Cappuccino. I follow him. Proud Democrat resisting Trump. Zero tolerance for both siders. Jeez. Alright, let's go look at some funny stuff. It's Bert Kreischer's family. So happy I did pull it out. Biggest threat to Western civilization is Russia, China, Islam, white liberal women with liberal arts degrees. Yippers. I'm gonna send that to my brothers. I want one of those. I want one of those bodysuits. I forget what it's called. I can't think on it at the moment. Or I can't think on the spot, you know. I was very concerned the king was trying to take my place, but thank you all for your tireless efforts. I am still your president. Great job. It's not real, but it should be. You people saying no kings just supported a POTUS candidate that never ran in a Democratic primary. Yeah, no kidding. Kamala was forced upon them and they clapped like train seals. Of course. Alright. George Soros summoned to Congress over LA funding scandal. Okay. I loved it. I loved it. Don't clip that. Don't clip that. Trump told CNN's Dana Bash Iran's hardline negotiators are now dead. Bash, does that mean Israel got them? Well, they didn't die of COVID. Did he really say that? Yeah, I hope he did.
He's been rude to me his whole life! Come here, you little fuck! Come on! I'm gonna get you over my head like a big boy! He's been rude to me his whole life! Come here, you little fuck! Come on!
Stupid. Yeah. If you don't want to get ran over, don't stand in front of cars. Don't surround cars, don't beat on cars. Oh, let's not see the pig.
Toughener. And it tastes good, too.
The toothpaste industry has been selling you the same story for decades. Brush twice a day for a healthier smile. But there's something they don't tell you. Your teeth are full of tiny, microscopic holes. Holes that weaken your enamel, cause sensitivity, and even lead to cavities. Why don't they talk about these invisible vulnerabilities? Because their formulas were never designed to fix them. Traditional toothpastes rely on fluoride, a 70-year-old ingredient that protects enamel but doesn't repair it. And here's the kicker. Tooth decay and sensitivity are big business. If your teeth keep wearing down, you keep buying their products. The global toothpaste industry is worth over $20 billion a year. Brands focus on whitening and fresh breath, not solving the root of the problem. Why? Because
I know Nazis put fluoride in their water.
Is more profitable than giving you long-term solutions. But there's a breakthrough they don't want you to know about. Nanohydroxyapatite. This naturally occurring mineral mimics the structure of your enamel.
Alright, this is just trying to sell something. Not trying to teach you anything. Nazis put fluoride in water to dumb down their population and make them more compliant. Another previously deported child sex offender arrested in LA ICE raid. Great. Send them home, boys.
Yeah, it was one of the protesters or rioters on top of a Waymo car, and it's all over the place right now.
Now we're watching video of stuff you took, people grabbing rocks. People don't really realize it doesn't take a bullet or a knife wound to kill a person. If you're riding a moped and someone hits you in the head with a rock, you're dead.
These are, 10, 20-pound rocks that they were throwing 20 feet down off the overpass. One of the rocks actually ended up striking a police officer, but they were screaming, aim for the head, aim for the head. I don't want to generalize who these rioters or who these protesters are because it's such a big mix and it's growing every single day. But so many people out there I was hearing saying, oh, we're just here, school's out, and oh, it's a Sunday, I'm bored. And so while there are a lot of rioters out there that are there because they're passionate about opposing Trump and they really care about the immigration issue, I suspect there's a large amount of people that are out there that are in their teens or early 20s that happen to lean left and have nothing better to do, and so they're getting in on the action. The police officers are not engaging the rioters.
Yes.
They set up a perimeter. They wait for hours and hours and hours until nightfall or until the rioters move to a different location, and then they will lightly engage. But when people are saying, oh, you know, the escalation, it's getting to a point where the escalation is them not engaging the rioters because it's just giving them this sense of we can do whatever the F we want. And as you can see on screen, this is the result.
One of your photos went viral.
Yeah.
They just push it until they get a reaction. We saw that earlier.
Much Jewish about him, other than he changed his wallet to himself.
That's a great joke. That made me laugh hard.
Joe List, hilarious. He's got a new special.
Joe List, property owner. Click play on Giannis' special right now on YouTube.
Here's a joke Joe List set up my roast. He said, people say Giannis is a comedic genius. If wearing a dress and saying the N-word makes you a comedic genius, then my mother's a comedic genius. Joe List is the best.
Joe List, your roast. He goes,
Big J is a Jew. It's hard to tell. He's nothing much Jewish about him, other than he changed his wallet to himself.
Unclear if crowd of 50,000 rowdy illegal. Is ICE protest or Dodgers game?
I'm just so scared. I'm 74 years old. I worry about everything, and I just am so scared and upset, and I don't understand why people voted for this person. I just
These people are so stupid, so deranged. I think we saw this yesterday. Alright, let's go to this video. It's by Temple. It was someone was shot and killed in Salt Lake City yesterday. So I haven't seen anything about, well, I've seen here and there that it happened, but I haven't seen any full stories about it yet. Let me watch this. Damn, who is shooting? Antifa.
Far-left extremists shot and killed a man at the No Kings protests on Saturday, and we do have updates. You may have heard the news. It's been a bit of a hectic weekend, what with Israel and the Iranian war. The U.S. is rushing warships to the Middle East. There was an assassin who killed 2 Democrats and a controversy over his manifesto. And then, of course, at the Salt Lake City No Kings protest, a man with a rifle was spotted, allegedly, was running through a crowd when peacekeepers associated with the 50-51 movement, I'm saying like that on purpose because it's 50501, shot at this man several times, killing an innocent bystander. Now, the question is, who is this guy? Who's being charged? And this whole story makes no sense. It's very strange. Now, many people have drawn a contrast to this and say Kyle Rittenhouse. That is, Kyle Rittenhouse was threatened with death, then chased down the street. Someone fired in the air, to which he turned around and opened fire on his assailant, who had actually touched his weapon, reached for his gun.
How much you want to bet this guy doesn't
That's
get in
when
trouble?
Rittenhouse fired. He then tried rendering aid, then tried going to the police, was chased, attacked, nearly shot and killed, and fired only in self-defense. How did the media report that? Largely,
shot an innocent bystander.
Normally, legacy is about passing
He's just
things
some
down,
idiot
but
with a
this
gun.
time,
neutral. 2
Thinking
dead, 1 injured
he's a
in
cop.
protest. Some of them said white vigilantes and vigilante man arrested. And then as the months went on, it began to get a bit more political, calling him a young white supremacist, police supporter, etc., etc. In this story, peacekeepers, meaning armed vigilantes working with the liberal organization 50501, opened fire on a guy for simply having a weapon. He didn't shoot at anybody. They grazed him and killed another guy. Now it is being reported that the man who was shot at has been charged with murder because they said he was in the act of committing a felony when someone else died. The peacekeepers claim this man raised his rifle, and when he did, they opened fire on him, to which he fled. Now, why aren't these peacekeepers being named? Why aren't they being charged? It could be there's a difference between Wisconsin and Utah, perhaps. But I think, once again, it's largely political. Let's take a look at the news. We have this from NBC. Innocent bystander shot dead by peacekeepers during No Kings protest in Salt Lake City. Detectives believe the victim was at the demonstration as a bystander and was not the intended target of gunfire. They say Arthur Falasa...
Kyle Rittenhouse shot people that were attacking him during a riot. He was protecting himself. This person shot and killed an innocent bystander. He's not a police officer. He's just an idiot with a gun, supposedly shooting at someone else who had a gun and killed an innocent person. And he's not being charged?
Alu, 39 of Utah, died in a hospital. Detectives believe Alu was at the demonstration as a bystander and was not the intended target of gunfire. Police have arrested Arturo Gamboa, 24. He was booked into the Salt Lake County Metro Jail on a murder charge.
And you saw the video of the guy.
It was not immediately clear.
He looked like a retard. Looked like a leftist Antifa idiot.
Whether Gamboa was still in jail Sunday and whether he has an attorney. Now, once again, most people are going to read this and think Gamboa was the guy who opened fire. My understanding, and based on reporting from Andy, is not. No, he was the guy armed with a rifle, a far left extremist who was reportedly accused. He was accused of raising his rifle. They aimed at him and he ran into a crowd. As far as I can tell, we don't know that he did anything.
Yeah, that's
they
what
also
they say.
Detained Saturday were two men who were part of the event peacekeeping team. One of the peacekeepers fired the shot that fatally injured Alu. It was not immediately clear whether those two men will face charges.
It's ridiculous.
The men told police they saw Gamboa move away from the crowd and begin manipulating an AR-15 style rifle, prompting them to draw their guns and order him to drop the weapon. Instead, Gamboa ran into the crowd holding his gun in a firing position. Police said in response, one of the peacekeepers fired 3 shots, one of which struck Gamboa and another which hit Alu, according to police. Now, again, I don't know exactly what happened, but I can say this. Potentially, and I got no reason to defend an Antifa extremist, this guy Gamboa. However, if we're talking about gun rights, firing position, I doubt this guy was training his weapon on people running into the crowd. What it sounds to me is this guy walked out of the crowd and maybe was cycling around or something, or all around checking the weapon and looking at it. You know, maybe had a jam. I don't know. I'm saying that he had been doing a bunch of things that were not related to aiming a gun at people ready to kill them. These peacekeepers, being overzealous and panicked, saw a guy fiddling with his rifle. So they aimed their guns at him and told him to drop it. This guy sees random people pointing weapons at him, so he runs. They then claim he was in a firing position. Why? Because maybe he had his weapon at low ready. This is what happens, man. I've talked about stories like this. I don't know exactly the full details. We'll see what happens. There's footage of people fleeing the scene, but I don't know if we have any direct footage of the actual the shooting. But I've told this story several times, and I'm pro-gun. I'm probably one of the most pro-gun, pro-2A people you'll ever hear from. I think people should be able to have cannons and nuclear weapons, according to the Second Amendment. Now, that being said, I don't want people to have nuclear weapons. I'm saying Second Amendment provides that protection. There was a story that I talk about quite a bit. It's a great example, and I actually heard it is years ago. 2 guys are driving. I think it was Texas. One guy rear ends the other guy. The guy who got rear-ended is extremely angry. He just got rear-ended. So he gets out of his car, He's strapped. He's got his holster. It's plainly visible. And he starts screaming and yelling. The guy, what are you blind? You hit me. The guy sees a dude get out of his car screaming and yelling, armed. So he gets out of his car and says, bro, stop, and puts his hand on his holster. The guy who was yelling sees the dude reaching for his gun. So he pulls his. The other guy sees him now drawing his weapon. So he draws his to high ready. And then the other guy thinks about to get shot. And then he shoots him. And that's the rapid fire escalation. That it is believed the intention of the man who got rear-ended was not to aggress upon and shoot the guy. He was just angry. He was yelling. But the guy saw him approaching his vehicle armed and was, hey, back off. The other guy sees a hand going to a gun, and he's just like, this guy's going to shoot me. This is what it seems like happened. They see a guy fiddling with his rifle, who knows what he was doing. So they raise their weapons at him. And imagine you're on the street, and some random dudes, these aren't law enforcement, these are random guys, point rifles at you. Are you going to stand there and just be like, yo, or are you going to be like, holy crap, they're going to shoot, take cover? Depending on the circumstance, especially in this, I think we're dealing with two different extremist leftists, paranoid about the far right. This guy sees two unknowns pointing at him, and he's probably thinking, oh, no, it's the far right coming to get me. They see him and saying, oh, no, the far right's here because they're all crackpots. And now somebody is dead. Somebody's dead. They go on to say, police said they're still investigating, specifically looking at actions of the peacekeepers who are not law enforcement. Officials still do not know why Gamboa pulled out the rifle or why he ran from the peacekeepers. Because they were pointing guns at him. It's that simple, right?
All right, I'm not going to watch this whole thing. But you've seen it there. You can finish it if you want. But have a good day. I'll see you later.
Some truths will be hilarious, others painful. But we must be free. We must break into the DisAlgorithm.